Heartbreak doesn't always arrive loudly. Sometimes it walks in quietly, settles into familiar spaces, and reminds you of what once felt permanent. For Eamonn Holmes, another goodbye has arrived. Not sudden, not shocking, but deeply felt. And this time, it feels different. Following his split with Ruth Langsford, viewers have watched Eamonn face change with honesty, vulnerability, and a surprising touch of humor. Known for his confidence and sharp wit, this new chapter reveals a softer side, one that many didn't expect, but instantly connected with. For years, Eamonn and Ruth weren't just a couple, they were a rhythm. Morning conversations, shared laughter, gentle teasing, and the comfort of knowing someone always had your back. Their bond felt familiar to viewers, almost like watching close friends rather than presenters on a screen. So when the separation became public, fans felt it too, not because of drama, but because of the silence that followed, the absence of shared smiles, the missing warmth. Eamonn didn't rush to speak, and when he finally did, his words carried weight, not sadness alone, but reflection. He acknowledged the goodbye without bitterness, choosing honesty over headlines. He spoke about how life sometimes moves in unexpected directions, how love doesn't always end in anger, sometimes it simply changes shape. There was romance in the way he spoke of the past, and respect in how he handled the present. And then, true to form, he added humor. He joked that he still reaches for an extra cup of tea out of habit, that mornings feel quieter but not empty. Silence, he laughed, can be surprisingly loud. The line made fans smile because it felt real. What made his words so powerful was balance. Eamonn didn't paint himself as broken. Instead, he spoke as someone learning to stand differently, adjusting, reflecting, and moving forward one step at a time. He admitted that goodbyes are rarely easy, especially when they follow years of shared memories. Familiar routines disappear first. Then come the little things, the jokes only two people understand, the shared glances, the unspoken comfort. Yet even through heartbreak, Eamonn's charm remained intact. He joked about rediscovering socks that had been missing for years and learning which remote actually controls the television. Light moments, yes, but meaningful ones. Fans responded instantly. Messages poured in, praising his honesty and strength. Many said his words felt comforting, like listening to an old friend who refuses to give up on joy. Eamonn also spoke about gratitude for the years shared, gratitude for lessons learned, gratitude for moments that will always matter, even if the chapter has ended. He made it clear, this goodbye isn't about erasing the past, it's about honoring it while allowing space for something new. That idea resonated deeply. There was even a hint of excitement in his voice when he talked about the future, not certainty, but possibility. New routines, fresh perspectives, unexpected laughter waiting just around the corner. He reminded viewers that heartbreak doesn't mean life stops. It simply pauses, takes a breath, and then continues, sometimes stronger, sometimes wiser. Eamonn's reflections weren't heavy, they were thoughtful. He spoke about resilience, about choosing kindness even when things don't go as planned, about laughing at yourself when life throws curveballs. At one point, he joked that if there's one benefit to change, it's finally learning to cook something other than toast. Progress, he smiled, comes in many forms. That humor, gentle, self-aware, and warm, made his message unforgettable. Fans found themselves rooting for him, not out of pity, but admiration, because it takes courage to speak openly. It takes strength to say goodbye without resentment. As conversations continue, fans are revisiting old moments, sharing memories, and celebrating what was, while wishing Eamonn peace in what comes next. This story isn't just about separation, it's about growth, about finding laughter after loss, about realizing that love leaves marks that don't fade, they evolve. And as Eamonn faces another goodbye, he does so with dignity, warmth, and that unmistakable spark that made people connect with him in the first place. If this story made you reflect, smile, or feel a little hopeful, stay connected. Life is full of chapters, and sometimes the most meaningful ones begin right after a goodbye. Because heartbreak doesn't always mean the end. Sometimes it's just the beginning of something unexpectedly beautiful.